It has been a little while since we last delved into the world of tanks, not sponsored, that is Girls&Panzer, and I've been looking forward to this ever since it was announced quite fervently on my Discord and in the YouTube comments. My only real regret is that I couldn't watch it as soon as it dropped. But it's not too much later. All I know is that I missed my dose of Yukari, and, of course, the other characters. Let's get back into Girls&Panzer. How long has it been now that I've been waiting for more of the dust finale? And it's actually not been long enough for me to forget the story. I wonder if any more of the other sub-teams within the school are going to get expanded on. And of course, which schools and which countries get the spotlight today. I really do like that cut-in of all the faces there, the different tanks. Mainly because I really like the style of, Persona. Is it going to focus at all back on Alice? Or the dog was in control the entire time? So that's Silent Hill ending. Ah, yes. Through the forest at night. I think I remember where we actually left off now. Still trying to wrap my head around the meaning of retreat. I know that they're relaxing and everything, but just having a bath? What better way to watch a battle than the comfort of a warm soak? Eye drops. Are they going to have time to have a little nap? How wired is she? I know she's more alive during the night, but for someone who doesn't sleep, or someone that sleeps too much, sorry, complete opposite side. Fighting for their future. Not only in... Did that bit of tree move? Yeah, she's on top of things. The fact that the anglerfish? I see what she's going for there. You know, reduce their morale, their fighting capabilities, their commander. But this is still a taking down the flag tank situation. And even if they take down Anglerfish, the others, after fighting with, like, alongside each other for so long, someone can step up. Why are you flexing? I know they're still on top of their workout routine, but just really rolling through the undergrowth. That scene is just great. Now, what's the name of the dual periscope? I think it's got a different name. Yep, don't screw the serve. Was that some sort of signal to the rest of them? A flare. They were all a decoy. Just out of the darkness through the trees. Hit and run style strategies. It's a bold play, see if it works out for them. The fact that no shots have actually connected yet. The ground is uneven and hard to aim, but at least they've... I take back my comment. I was about to say, at least they've cut off one side of attack. But if they just come out of the river... nah, back in the drink. Anglerfish has been somewhat separated from the others. Just glancing blows. Okay, that was less of a glancing blow. But one thing I've really got to give it, I think the same with the previous ones, the landscape drawings, the tanks themselves, everything in 3D, yet they're just creating themselves a bridge. Everything just looks good and works to... They made it, we can as well. I mean, it's a good time while the enemies are still kind of recuperating. That looks so derpy, but being able to lift anything like that, they are huge chunks of metal. Congratulations to them. Ooh. And just... the gentle rolling of the river there alongside Shellfire. They've been made. Hasegawa. So now we've got the kind of side battle going on. Ah. Why did it have to be you? It's good that there is no, like, hesitation. Get a better view of the battlefield. The fact that they can take these kind of maneuvers and hits and the treads don't fall off. How many times have they practiced that, like, crossing and disembarking? Moi kai. Okay, quite a easy way of showing us the battlefield. Boom. They've gotten kind of good at thinking on their feet, haven't they? Yeah. I guess that's a, like, signal for the affirmative. Works as any. With the bridge already gone, there. As long as the tank doesn't slip into the water accidentally, using the defilade to their advantage. Vanished! I do like the moments where you've got, like, an overhead view, slightly subdued sound. The fact that both of them are carrying on there. It's not like the break, line up your shot, take them out like with the other encounters. Nope. Yep, that's what happens when you have such friendly relations with an opposing team. Giving them advice. Is that tank made of rubber? Is this a plan specifically tailored to beat them? Just keep hitting them then. If you can't take it down by taking off one of the tracks. Alt F4. Yep. And now just glancing blows. They're losing so many of their tanks. But does you already know the outcome? There must be a... Ah. You know, living up to its name, luring in the enemy. There's a tasty little morsel. How could they not take it up? Let's see if it pans out. One. It's still up though. You got one of them. And with that... Ah! The duck makes his triumphant return. Fooled you. Damn. They just took their tricks and one-upped them. Oh. They are... How many of them left? There was 7, now they're down a few. Are they mostly all chasing after the anglerfish now? Go on, it had to be taken down after barrel stuffing the tank like that. But the... Give them the signal. They've been waiting for it. How could they fail now? And she's coming to rejoin the fight. But with all this going on, where has the flag tank disappeared to? Just swap out the roles that you're doing. Of course, you could be jumping at the chance to drive. She has better night vision. Timed that pretty well. There's so much you need to think about when you're being pursued by 4 or 5 enemy vehicles. And the fact that they've managed to drive through this kind of dense undergrowth without getting stuck on any trees or anything. Just take a jump. Are their tanks quite as airborne? Thank you for your service. Success. I wouldn't celebrate. She was in the water. And plushies were floating. Yeah, that wasn't the one you needed to look out for. Shit. Well done. Oh, there's one of the camera drones. Hey, hey, indeed. And now the dawn breaks. I'm surprised she was still up. But a fantastic battle all round. But the fact that after their defeat, they're still gracious. I think they'd be happy that you took on their lessons there. I mean, out of all the souvenirs, compared to where they started off, you know, no one took that team seriously because all they could do is charge and then lose. Good choice. Damn it, shark. The usual. She seems to enjoy spice. And there's going to be a point where they are going to be heavily outnumbered. And probably going to lose at some point. Yeah, you've got to keep up appearances. And considering she's now taking over and getting everything on point, I think we can say that the council is going to be good going forward. No image. We didn't get a lot of time with the automobile club members. Nice. Using the craters. Uh-oh. See, they fixed up the mouths. Just going forward in a V. No retreat, no surrender. Oh, she wasn't giving signals, she was just trying to do shadow puppets. She read it in a book or saw it on TV. Who would want to learn Russian? Ooh. Is that... It was enough! They took out the big one, but they still got the others. They can't use that as a shield. The fact that they are completely dug in as well, while the others are just advancing. They're losing a lot of numbers. It's surprising that this is their full plan. Unless it's a distraction. Ah. She hasn't been learning. Okay. I'm commandeering this tank. Are you allowed to customize your vehicle? Yep. Trying to create a bit of dust disturbance. Yeah. despite what you think of various nations, their history in the war, where they sided, the music's still one hell of a thing to listen to. Head on 2v4. And I can't remember if I saw if this was a flag tank match or if it's just a general elimination. They've sandbagged themselves so much they couldn't get out in time. Flag tank here. I see she had a lot of composure just then in victory. Taking on the lessons there, finding her own. No, they better not. It's hard to know who to support though. The thing is, if you're too overconfident or yes, simplistic, hearty meals. It's what got us through rationing. Hopefully nothing comes from, like, the side alleys. Like, pushing her into place. Instead of talking, you can fire. They took so long getting into position. Hopefully it doesn't just drop it in the water. The triumphant return of the St. Gloria tanks there. Of course, turning the tide of victory there. Because you've managed to dump a few in the water. Yeah, they're turtling up there. It worked for the Romans. Only one of them in the water that went out. American V, who was... Who have we not seen yet? Right. No, the other The other ones haven't. No, she's looking at a butterfly. They kind of gave away their position a little tad early, but yes, they charge across an open field. Nice prediction. Just hide among the other dilapidated machinery. They've just removed their tracks. Very nice. Here we go. Let's hope the song lasts for a while. Invincibility does wear off. It's seriously just a back and forth here. Like, every now and again. So you think they've got the edge, they drop it. Do we have someone hiding in the tree line back there? Sniped. For no reason. Oh, there was a lost child. For no reason? Looks like someone won the bet. This is shaping up to be one hell of a semi-final. Ah, shit. They're against the continuation. Will the... Oh, that's an interesting one. Will the final be her sister's old school? Or what they started with against the English tanks? This somewhat came out of nowhere. And see if you can procure or nab a few extra tanks. Oh, it gets... Excuse me, where'd the Great Escape come from? I should have guessed. They're just watching another movie. And should you just bring a koala along? Are they actually going to stay up and watch the fight this time? You taking more than one slice of eating pizza with chopsticks? They were mocking British fish and chips for just being salted potatoes. Where's the same ire for salted rice balls? And, well, this is as far as they go because they're now fighting the Finnish during winter. You start hearing the snow talking. Of course, taking cover in the tree line. And now they'll back off and you have some of them prop up from somewhere else. Are they grating? Is that parmesan on top of the rice? That was one hell of a mouthful. So shoot them as they're popping up then. And hopefully they're not preempting you take that route. Shoot the snowmen. Shoot them now. It's a trap. Did the shark team just crash into the building? Ah, it's the flag tank that you need to spot. They are zeroing in. And leaving cover to push forward? Are they leaving those two there undefended? What did I tell them? Shoot the snowmen. Come on, Mark II. And now, since they're retreating and coming back, they're shooting in their rear. Where it's more lightly armoured. Quite clever strategies, but how long were they sitting in those snowmen for? That's Operation Bouncy Bounce. Just ricochet the shot. Oh no. Oh no. The sniper. We've heard, or I've heard, several stories. Are they out? Flag will pop any moment. There he goes. And now they're in the middle of the snowfield, alone. I do like the idea of the dangerous sniper just out there. There's been a few that have made a name for themselves during the war. Racked up quite a count, if I remember rightly. But even with schools that seem so overly one-sided, it's still an entertaining match every time. I don't think that train's going to stay on the tracks for very long. But what are we going to see further on, and how long are we going to have to wait for it? And just how much of the next one is going to be filled with the folk music. God, these finales are a roller coaster. Not only do we get to see our main girls have their battles, finishing them off, but we kind of somewhat cheer for the other teams as well. And I somewhat mentioned it during the actual show itself, but the work with the 3D and merging it into the rest of the 2D, well, actually it wasn't, because it was 3D tanks on a 3D background with 3D pilots on top. But in 2D style. And it works. It just works. You can do a lot of the different camera angles and being able to drive through the jungles and snow. Of course, if you do ever find yourselves to be a tank operator in the future, I wouldn't recommend trying out any of the tactics you saw here. Some do defy the laws of physics. But that's what makes it fun to watch. But with them mentioning that a lot of them are looking to graduate onto the next year, by the end of the finals and everything wrapped up, are we going to see the new, fresh faces that come into the school? I feel like there's going to be quite a influx of people hoping to join the Shadow tank teams. And one thing, though, is that because we did focus quite a lot on the actual tank battles and matches themselves in this episode, we didn't really get a lot of interaction from the characters. You know, little bits did make me happy, like Yukari taking control of driving the tank, considering she only went into the loader position for a certain reason. Wasn't her first choice of things that she'd like to do with the tank, but other things made up for that. And also, the Shark team getting a proper dressing down. Like, what are you doing? You know, the whole match doesn't rely on you. And if you run off, you can cost us everything. Hopefully they get the idea, because I do want the Mark II to actually do something. And with that, well, we might be waiting some time, but moving on to the semi-finals, where Saunders going out quite easily. Probably a great upset to a few people. But that's what you get when you have overconfidence. You start thinking, we've got this one in the bag. You don't think the enemy team has actually got anything up their sleeves, whether it be tactics, firepower, manpower, or someone just hiding 4 kilometers away. But I do love me some Girls and Panzer. I'm pretty sure that you do too, because if you've at least watched this far in, well, either you really do enjoy it as well, or you're asleep and just somehow YouTube has managed to autoplay it this far. And if you are one of the people that are watching this thanks to being asleep, comment down below by saying, I'm asleep. I'm sure that everyone will be jumping out of their chairs the moment any word gets wind of the next one. So I'm eagerly looking forward to those messages. If you want to make sure not to miss out, consider subscribing to the channel now, or joining onto my Discord. It's probably more likely that you'll be told beforehand if you're over there. Remember, there is verification to prove you're not a robot, so if you get kicked, I know we've averted the uprising for another day. Get yourself some rest though, because whether you're climbing a hill against entrenched enemies, hopping over rocks made out of your comrades to get over a river, or just enjoying some pizza, actually that one sounds good. I'm not even going to finish my thoughts. Let's have some pizza. See you in the next one. No matter what tune or anthem my channel flies under, we will all have the universal language of anime. And in this case, a lot of tanks and explosions as well. So if you would like to flank the flag tank that is my channel, keep it safe from danger, consider joining on to my Patreon instead, because it puts you in harm's way a lot less. And you might get a little something out of it too. So, to the likes of Electricant, Arthia, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sao, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Gurley, Saltytron Cardboard, Croyville, Dark Shadow, 7899, Alvin Garcia Santiago, Maurizio Lascano, I'm just going to have to apologise until I find out how to pronounce it, and everyone else. I really am grateful to have every one of you behind me. So let's load up and roll out, because it's not over yet.